I thought it was going to be too cold to go for a walk today, but I was like, it's not. It's actually kind of comfortable. It's cloudy, so it may make the lighting a little bit more dingy, more darker, whatever. But today, I wanted to talk about right thinking. Right thinking, right living. It's really a no-brainer because the way you think about your life, the way you think about things is the way you're going to live. If you want to live rightly, you have to think rightly. Thinking may be an art. I once said something like, I think, therefore I have anxiety. Though I think that the correct way to say that is I think, therefore I am. Whatever that means. But some thinkers will think and have a lot of anxiety from too much thinking. So, with that said, I've been going through the John MacArthur devotional, the second year doing it. I mean, it sounds repetitive. It sounds like, oh, well, you need a new devotional. But during the year, some devotionals I skip because I'm too busy to make time to read, which is probably just an excuse not to get into it. The theme for the first couple of days is doctrine. Yeah, doctrine. I've heard it said in my Christian life, I've been a Christian for over 30 years, and then people be like, oh, doctrine divides. Well, to some sense, doctrine should divide. That's why there's so many denominations. Because there's essentials and non-essential doctrine. And that goes back, it circles to the whole idea of like right thinking. Let me give you one example about salvation. Some people believe that I do enough good works, I'm going to be saved because I'm a good person. So it's like I chose God, this and that, whatever. So that salvation is probably going to be a bit more like, oh, God owes me. God has to save me because I'm a good person and I do everything He tells me to do. Which, if you really are honest with yourself, you'll be like, wait a minute, I'm not really a good guy. I'm not really a good person. It's not to put yourself down in that whole kind of worldly way. It's just having a realistic understanding of who you are. That's, again, it's the right thinking part. Like, if you think that you're some sort of like fantastic person and that God is going to save you because you're so good, then you're going to have a unhumble understanding of salvation. You're going to be like, oh, well, God saved me because I did this and this and this. I got baptized. I feed the homeless. I just do all these good works. And that's where it's like the fine line of understanding, because when you do all those good things, even being baptized, it's in response to what God already did. So if you have that understanding, the right doctrine, the right thinking, you should do well. You should do better for yourself. So that's something that you need to really come to terms with in your thinking. And I've addressed it in my other videos, so you can watch my other videos. I know that my original videos was a lot of my Dodge. I have a Dodge Caravan. I have a 1989 S10. It's not my S10, it's my nephew's. But again, it kind of is indirectly related, because I probably would have been done with the Dodge Caravan by now and got to the really core of it, because I'm really eager to get to the inside of the engine to see what actually happened, to see if it was a catastrophic engine failure or anything like related to the squeaking that was going on. But I ignored the squeaking. I thought it was a power steering issue. It wasn't. And you may think it's not related. You may think I'm going off on a tangent, which I am partly going off of a tangent, because I know that from my feedback, there was some like automotive related content that my channel gets more of the views, but what I'm doing now is kind of filler to fill in the blanks. But again, I think it's relevant and very important just to get across that. What do you concentrate on? What is taking your concentration? What are those things in your life that are good distractions and bad distractions? There are both, because there's some things that are unavoidable and some things that are avoidable. But I went to a Bible study last night, and your life could be like, what do you confess? What is your confession? What is your confirmation? What is your conduct? I mean, I'm thinking words that start with CON, because it's kind of a good way to structure a sermon or structure a presentation. But what is your concentration on right now? And how are you thinking? How are you coming to terms with what's important right now in what you're pursuing?